Good morning! I am Mallory Steffey. I am a second grade teacher in Texas at Henry B. Gonzalez Elementary in San Antonio. And with me is Dr. Goodrich from Hawk Mountain Sanctuary. Dr. Goodrich, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where we're standing?
Sure, yeah. We are in Hawk Mountain's gallery downstairs in the visitor center, and we're standing in front of a map so that we can talk about migration and bald eagles. But yeah, I'm the Director of Conservation Science here, so oversee all of our science programs.
Awesome. I'm really interested in our national bird. Can you tell us a little bit, does Hawk Mountain serve the bald eagle?
We certainly conserve the bald eagles here. We are best known for our migration counts. So we're monitoring their numbers by counting them in the fall season and in the spring season, and then we report those data globally to other wildlife agencies so that they can do a better job of conservation in the future.
Count for the last hour. Turkey vulture, 1. Bald eagle, 4.
The good news is bald eagles are doing great. We just broke the record this fall season with over 600 bald eagles counted this fall. So their numbers are continuing to increase in North America, which is great news, because back in the 1970s, way back in the 1970s, bald eagles were not doing well because of DDT, so their numbers were very, very low. We saw, I think our lowest count for one fall season was 14 bald eagles, so now we have over 600 seen each year.
Way above Left Huddersfield that's flying, that really big bird, it's another bald eagle!
That's really cool. You said that you count bald eagles. How can you tell a bald eagle apart from another bird when they're in the sky?
Yeah, so one very easy way to tell them apart is if you have an adult, like this bird up above us here, it has a white head, and the adult bald eagle has white head and white tail. They're very, very large, about 7-foot wingspan, 6 to 7 foot wingspan. So these are huge birds. As a young bird, from the age, when they leave the nest until when they get their white head at about age 4 and a half, between that age of leaving the nest and up to age 4, then they can be all kinds of different plumages. So they don't have the white head, but they always have a fairly large, dark, winged look to them. They can have mottled white on their belly or on their wings. So one way we identify them is by their shape and their flight behavior. They're soaring birds, they're very large, and then they have this really big head, as you can see on this bird up here. It's just massive, much bigger than a normal hawk.
What do they like to eat?
Bald eagles are primarily fish eaters, generally. That's why you see them around water bodies, but they will also eat what we call carrion, or dead animals that are just deer that have been left in the field, or roadkill. So during the winter they do eat a lot of carrion or dead animals.
And where do they live?
And bald eagles will live anywhere. I mean, I can show the map throughout North America, but the birds that we see here in Hawk Mountain in Pennsylvania are coming out of northeastern United States and Canada, and then they migrate south in the winter. Down in Texas, you may see them in the winter as well, because I'm sure there's some birds wintering down there that have come out of either eastern areas like up here or around the Great Lakes. And we can look at that migration. You can look at that migration route here on this map. You can see that line there. And that's just a generalized flight path for birds that fly by Hawk Mountain. But they'll winter actually even around southern Pennsylvania all the way down to Florida and Texas.
What's your favorite fact about the bald eagle?
Gosh, favorite fact. I think the fact that they can gather in large numbers is pretty cool. We can see them, particularly this time of year, they will, because they're not nesting in the winter time, they don't have territories, so they can form these large groups around areas where fish concentrate, along dams or rivers where there's open water. And you can go sometimes to certain places and see 10 or 20 bald eagles roosted in one tree. That's pretty incredible to see a big bird like that all gathered together.
Many, many years ago, our founding fathers chose the bald eagle as our national bird. Why do you think they did that?
Well, I guess they originally were considering the wild turkey, of course, and I think the bald eagle was the favored choice, probably because they are so regal looking. They look just majestic and strong, and I think that was the image that we wanted to convey to the world, was the strength and the majestic, strong nature.
If you had to choose a new national bird, which one would you choose and why?
Mallory. That's a question I don't get very often. That's a good one. Maybe that's one for your classroom. I don't know. I think the bald eagle is a good one for us. It's found all over North America. You can see it, and it is a bird that brings a lot of awe to people. In the old days, people used to clap. When the bald eagle flew by, they used to clap because it was just so exciting. There weren't that many of them. Now we can see 20 or 30 in a day, but people still get excited, and they still walk up and say, "It's a chance to see a bald eagle today. I've been waiting to see one all my life." And so I think it's a good one. I'm going to have to think about that one and get back to you, see if there's any better ones out there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. And I'm looking forward to hearing what my class has to say about what they think the new national bird should be.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me, and I hope to see you guys at Hawk Mountain someday.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Long bus ride.